Hey guys, welcome back. Um, I'm I wanted to show you guys my updated Rainbow Neos deck. This is also one of the decks that I really like because it's just a fun deck to play. I'll just get right into it. I'm running triple Neos in the original deck profile. I was only running one, but now that Neos Fusion and his new support is out, it's been out for a while actually, but I'm just getting around to this. I'm running three of him because he's very useful in the deck. Originally, you only needed one, but I'm running three because uh, he's a lot more useful than he was before. Uh, Two Rainbow Dragon. I think I was only running two before. I might have been running three, but I'm running two Rainbow Dragon. This card's pretty dead, especially because the Neos Fusion can get it from the deck. So, one BLS, there's plenty of lights and darks in this deck. It's like a bunch of darks, and then Rainbow Dragon is also dark. And Honest Neos is also light. Or no, Rainbow Dragon is light, sorry. Honest Neos is light as well. This card's only run at one, though. You only need one because you can search it really easily in the deck. And he's kind of cloggy as well. Stratos, obviously, he's finally unbanned, so you might as well run him in a hero deck. He's really useful, for searching in combos and stuff. I'm running triple Solid Man for link plays as well as getting another body on the field. Um, any more monsters, like any more elemental heroes that you can run, uh, they can put themselves in the graveyard as well to pump up your monsters because there's some monsters in the deck that'll gain points depending on the amount of heroes in the graveyard. So he's mostly in here for link plays though. He's really solid. If he wasn't a thing, then I'd probably be running like a triple Goblinberg or something. But he's a thing, and he's like way better than Goblinberg, especially in this deck. So I'm gonna just one Blaze Man. You only need one. You can run two, I guess, but you only need the one. Triple of the Shadow Mist. This card is really good. It's one of the main searchers in the deck for searching things out because you can discard it with Twin Twister or with the Melody of the Dragon, Awakened Dragon, or you can dump it with Vion. I'm also only running one Vion. You really don't want to see this card too often, actually, because you can only play it. You can only use its effect once per turn and really get um, utility out of it with the search from Shadow Mist like once a turn. So it's not like you need many of them. And like once you get your combo off, um, you're not really gonna use him too much. I mean, you could run two. I think three is too much though. So definitely not more than two. I'm also running like a Predaplant engine with the three Scorpio and the one Cobra. Um, just because there's plenty of like fusion and polymerization cards in this deck with the triple Neos Fusion, and so um, I want to be able to search the poly pretty easily. I'm running triple E Emergency Call. I mean, this is an elemental hero deck. You should be running triple E Emergency Call. One of the hero lives. This card with Stratos is very good because it's like an instant search as well as like a 1800 beat stick on the field, and you don't even need to use your normal summon. A good combo is like hero lives, get Stratos. If you have another elemental hero in your hand, you get Solid Man off of Stratos, and then you normal summon Solid Man, with like Blaze Man or something, and now you have three monsters on the field plus like a poly search, and then you can go for like Isolde, uh, and then you use Isolde's effect. You get four monsters. Normally, I'll use Isolde and like one other monster to go for Cross Guy, and then the last monster plus Cross Guy will give you Decimator. And this guy is probably one of the better Link 3s in my opinion. He just needs 2+ hero monsters, but instead of going straight for him, you want to go for Isolde because she gives you the search, as well as giving you, generally off of Isolde's effect, you'd get Vion, which gives you another search as well as a search for Poly. So plenty of searches. Anyways, I'm running one Raigeki just for front row control. You don't really need to run the Raigeki. This deck doesn't really need it. I'm running triple Neos Fusion. This card is fantastic. It's just what like Neos needed. It provides protection as well as like fusion support from the deck, which is like really nice. But it has the added downside where you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn. But that's not really a big deal because you can just do your combo and then use this card. And then it'll also protect Elemental Hero monsters, or monsters that have Elemental Hero Neos as a material, which is nice because you protect your Rainbow Neos. Yeah, this card is amazing. I'm running triple Poly. Obviously, you want to run triple Poly because this is a fusion deck. And, you know, sometimes you want to discard Poly if you don't need it for a second. And then, you know, if you only have two, then that's one Poly left in the deck. And that's kind of, that's not enough, you know. I'm running one Reinforcing Army. You can only run one. So, you know, this is a warrior, like level 4, low warrior deck. This card basically searches most of the deck. You know, all these and then all these. So, one of this, two Miracle Fusion. I've been contemplating whether I want to run 3 of this card, but the deck's already at 45 cards. If you haven't noticed a trend in my videos, that I kind of run like 40 to 46 cards. Sometimes, like, I don't really want to go above 46 though, because, you know, I do. I'm not really one for like competitiveness. I really just want to have fun with the deck, you know. Put in as many cards that I like myself as possible. But I think I'm gonna stick with 2 Miracle Fusion right now. I might put in 3 at a later point. You can put in 3. It doesn't really matter. This card's just like a really good top decking card. I'm running 2 of the Melody of the Dragon Awakening, or Melody of the Awakening Dragon. I was running 3, but you don't need 3 in this deck because it's really dead, especially when you've already used one, because there's only 2 targets. This card was previously at 3 in the deck because of the fact that you'd need to search for Rainbow Dragon to use Polymerization, but you don't need to search for Rainbow Dragon anymore because Neos Fusion is a thing. And I mean, you can search for the Rainbow Dragons. It's not like you want to leave them in the deck. No, you definitely want to search for both Rainbow Dragons off the effect of this, because Neos Fusion can also fuse from the hand, which is really nice. So yeah, only the 2. I feel like 3 is at this point cloggy. I'm running the 1 Monster Reborn. This card became unbanned, which is really nice because I like Monster Reborn. It's basically a staple in like every deck that you run. I don't see a reason not to run Monster Reborn unless you're in the trap deck or something. I'm running triple Twin Twister. The back row against this deck really sucks. So this deck kind of hates back row. Originally, in my original version of the deck, I think I was running also triple Cosmic Cyclone. It's in the side deck though. So yeah, just the Twin Twisters, because you can also like discard Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to get a search. So, and then the 5 equip spell cards, DDR, Moonmare Shield, Phoenix Blade, Living Fossil, and then Broken Bamboo Sword. You can switch out Broken Bamboo Sword for like any other equip card that you want, but all of these 4 are pretty good. And you kind of need Phoenix Blade, especially in a primarily warrior deck. Because this card's like, you know, it's good discard fodder. Because like when it's sent to the graveyard, you can just banish 2 warriors to add it back to your hand. So it's really good, you know, especially for like Twin Twisters or Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Just discard fodder for that. You can also just use it for your Rainbow Neos fodder, where you set a card and then you just send it. You destroy that card and then send all the spell and trap cards back to the deck. So all in all, this card's really good. That's it for the main deck. Move on to the extra deck. I'm running double Rainbow Neos. I like running two, just because I am running the two Rainbow Dragons, and otherwise, if I go for like one Rainbow Neos and then, it gets destroyed, and then I draw in like a Neos Fusion, then I can just, summon another Rainbow Neos. So yeah, I'm running the two Rainbow Neos. I'm running one Elemental Hero Nebula Neos. Like normally you wouldn't be able to summon this card unless you were running like Neospacians. But Grandman is a thing, and this card, that's also one of the reasons why I'm running triple of the Neos, is for Grandman, because he takes two hero normal monsters. So Grandman is the way to summon this guy, and Nebula Neos' effect is insane. If you don't know, when he's summoned, you draw one card for each card your opponent controls, which is pretty insane pluses, especially if they've got a lot of like monsters on the field. I mean, to summon him, basically, like, you just need to attack with Grandman and destroy a monster, and then Grandman tags out into Nebula Neos. And so you just get like tons of pluses, and then he also like negates a card on the field, and then when he leaves the field, he basically just banishes every card on the field, which is pretty insane. And like Grandman also doesn't have like, and especially like, if they don't have monsters on the field, then you can just attack with Nebula Neos. The only restriction Grandman has that it just can't attack monsters with equal or lower level. But I mean, I guess that's because, so you wouldn't be able to just tag in and out of Grandman's like in a row. But when you summon Grandman off of himself, he has 0 attack, so that wouldn't really work. But yeah, Nebula Neos, pretty good card. I'm running one the Nova Master. I'm only running 3 of the Omni heroes in this deck, Shining and Escuridao. Those are basically like, I'm only running 1 fire, but like Nova Master is such a good card, because when he destroys a monster, a monster your opponent controls by battle, you get to draw a card, and that's always fun, drawing cards. So I mean, you don't have to run him; you can just run like something else, I guess. But go in like a second Shining, but I don't really summon Shining all that much. I mostly go for like Rainbow Neos or Brave Neos or Grandman. But yeah, I'm running the triple Omni heroes. 1 Brave Neos. This card is also very good. This is one of the new support cards as well. I mean, it's not really new, but it's a new error. Yeah, when this guy gains a 100 attack for each Neospacian or hero monster in the graveyards. This is also, one of those cards that gets pumped by monsters in the graveyard, like a Escuridao, but he gets pumped like just heroes. So he's also getting pumped from Vion. And then when he also destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add a spell and trap card from your deck that specifically lists Elemental Hero Neos in its text. So you're going to be adding your Neos Fusion. So like when you summon him off of like Poly or something, you can basically add a Neos Fusion, which is nice. I'm also running the Neos Knight. I think Brave Neos is what Neos Knight should have been, because Neos Knight's effect is, it's okay, because he gets pumped, but like he can't attack direct, or he can't attack, or I guess he can attack directly, but they won't take damage. And it doesn't matter if he can attack twice if they're not going to take any damage from it. So I feel like they should have just made it so he can't attack directly or something. That would have been I think better. But yeah, I think Brave Neos is a lot better, but I don't really want to run two because you only really need the one Brave Neos. So I feel like the one Neos Knight is fine. Don't really make him very much, but you can also like use BLS for that fusion. Obviously, the one Grand Man, you don't really need more than one. I'm running one in the side deck as well with Cosmo Neos. One Tornado Dragon and one Castel. These cards are pretty self-explanatory. They're kind of like staples. The one Dread Decimator, I was talking about the combo earlier. One of the Aromas. I don't know how to say that first part, but the Jasmine. Just because of these guys, so you can like link someone into Jasmine. She also has the added effect where if your life points are higher than your opponent, this card implant monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by battle. Sorry. Which is pretty nice because she stays in the field longer, especially if like you attack with her first and then deal some damage. One cross guy just for. I wasn't running this guy originally. I was running like Driver, but this guy takes hero monsters and cross guy only takes warriors, so you can basically just like you can summon him off of a sold. And I'm only running the one is sold because once you get your combo off, it's you're only gonna be able to use her effect once during the duel anyway because there's only 5 equip cards. But I guess you could use her other effect if you decided to like run multiples of this card. I mean, this card's like warrior deck. You really should be running this card. There's no reason why you shouldn't at least run one of this card in every warrior deck that you have. Even if you're not running the equip cards, because just from the searches, just because like when you summon this card, you get to search any warrior, BLS, Honest Neos, like regular Neos, like anything. So she's really really good. I mean that's it for the extra deck. So these are just cards that I've decided to side deck. The side decks are always like my preference, so you can change it up. One Cosmo Neos. This card is also one of the newer Neos support cards that you can summon off of Grandman because he's an elemental hero. Another copy of Grandman. It is possible to summon 2 in this deck if you like Poly into Grandman and then Miracle Fusion, another one. But banishing your Neoses is kind of. I mean, you could. It's not really a big deal. Like once like Rainbow Neos is summoned, and you've used up like most of your extra deck. Like once like both Rainbow Neos is summoned and like Brave Neos as well, like you might as well banish them because you're not really gonna need them anymore. The Blade Armor Ninja, the Baguska, Exciton Knight. Oh, I just realized Exciton Knight got put to 3. It's interesting. The one Wonder Driver, triple Cosmic Cyclone, triple Call by the Grave. I mean, this card is like. I hate hand traps in this game. Hand traps make the game like not very much fun. So this card's like for someone like me in like a tournament setting, this card would be like my best friend. So and then 3 Future Fusion. I was running this card in the deck, but it's very vulnerable. So you want to make sure that you're. I feel like this card's more of a side deck card where if your opponent's not running a lot of back row, like MST, Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclone, then I feel like it's fine to put this card in the deck because this card is very good. Especially for summoning this guy because you can dump Shadow Mist in Neos and then you get a search off that as well. So anyways, that's my updated Rainbow Neos deck. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. I have a lot of fun playing this deck. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.